On November 22, 1987, someone hijacked 2 Chicago television stations, put on a rubber Max Headroom mask, and broadcast himself directly into thousands of living rooms, using equipment powerful enough to override a commercial TV tower. He was never identified, he was never caught, and nearly 40 years later, the FCC still doesn't know who did it or why he never did it again. It was a quiet Sunday night in Chicago. WGN-TV was partway through its 9 o'clock newscast, the sports anchor getting ready to run down the day's Chicago Bears game. At 9:14 p.m., without warning, home viewers' screens went black. 15 seconds of nothing. Then an image resolved. A person in a rubber mask and sunglasses, swaying stiffly in front of a spinning corrugated metal panel meant to mimic a well-known TV character's electronic backdrop. No picture from WGN's own cameras. No sound but a harsh electronic buzz. Just the mask, swaying, silent. In WGN's control room, engineers scrambled. Someone was overpowering their signal on its way to the transmitter atop a downtown skyscraper, and there was no button for that. An engineer changed the frequency linking the studio to the tower, breaking whatever lock the intruder had established. After about 30 seconds, WGN's picture snapped back. The anchor returned to the air and, deadpan, told viewers, "Well, if you're wondering what's happened, so am I." He joked that the studio computer had gone wild, then picked up exactly where he'd left off, reading out that day's football scores like nothing had happened. Calls trickled into the station from confused viewers, but by the time most people asked what they'd just seen, it was already over, and nobody at the station knew this was only the beginning of the night. 2 hours later, at Chicago's PBS station, viewers had settled in for a rerun of Doctor Who, partway through a serial called Horror of Fong Rock. At around 11:20 p.m., the picture cut out again. Same mask, same swaying figure, same spinning metal panel behind him. This time, nobody could stop it. The station's transmitter sat atop one of the tallest buildings in the city, and no engineer was on duty there at that hour to intervene. Station staff watched, helpless, as the signal takeover ran on, and on. Not 15 seconds, not 30, this one kept going. And this time there was audio badly distorted but audible and getting stranger by the second. The masked figure muttered something about nerds, then mocked a well-known local sportscaster in a sing-song voice. He held up a soda can, echoing an old advertising catchphrase, one originally used to sell a rival brand soda, using the very same character whose mask he was now wearing. He hummed a few bars of an old cartoon's theme song, then said a line that fans of that cartoon have argued over for decades. Half the audience hears one thing, half hears something else entirely. He made a joke about the rival station's call letters, claiming he'd made a giant masterpiece for all its nerds. He put on a single dirty knitted glove and complained, almost conversationally, that his brother had the other one. None of it connected to anything else. No message, no manifesto, no demand, just a person in a mask, alone with a camera, doing whatever occurred to him. Then the tone shifted. The figure exposed himself to an accomplice off to one side, crying out that they were coming to get him. A second, half-glimpsed figure struck him with a fly swatter as he screamed for it to stop, half laughing, half genuinely frantic. The screen dissolved into static. Doctor Who resumed as if nothing had happened. In total, the intrusion had run for about 90 seconds, 3 times longer than the first one. By the next morning, engineers at both stations agreed on one thing. This wasn't a prank a teenager could pull off with a home video camera. To hijack a broadcast signal, you don't need to get inside a TV station. You need to outshout it, beam a stronger microwave signal at the same tower the station is already using, and let physics do the rest. This is called a capture effect. The stronger signal wins, and the tower has no way of knowing it's being lied to. To pull that off twice at 2 different towers on the same night, you needed real technical knowledge, serious equipment, and, most damning of all, a direct, unobstructed line of sight to both transmitters perched high above downtown Chicago. That meant the hijackers had almost certainly broadcast from somewhere inside the city itself, close enough, high enough to aim a signal at 2 of the tallest buildings in Chicago, and win. The FCC opened an investigation within days. So did the FBI. Neither one ever named a suspect. Whoever did this had the technical skill of a broadcast engineer, a satellite technician, or a licensed ham radio operator, and probably more than one of those working together. Investigators floated theory after theory. A disgruntled current or former employee of the station, still bitter about something the newsroom never named. Members of Chicago's underground hacker scene, showing off for an audience that would never know their names. Students from one of the city's universities, with access to broadcast equipment and the technical know-how to use it. A failed piece of performance art, aimed at exactly the audience big enough to notice and small enough to never trace it back. Nobody ever confirmed any of it. Nobody ever came forward. The statute of limitations on the crime ran out in 1992, meaning if the hijackers ever do reveal themselves, they can no longer be charged for it. After American television switched from analog to digital signals in 2009, this exact stunt became almost impossible to repeat. Whoever did this got away with something that, in a sense, no one will ever be able to do again. For more than 30 years, the footage has resurfaced again and again. Referenced in cartoons, cited by hackers as a kind of folk legend, picked apart frame by strangers online who were barely born when it happened. Every few years, someone claims online that they finally know who was behind the mask. None of it has ever held up. So the question stands exactly where the FCC left it in 1987. Who put on that mask? And why, after 90 seconds of total control over a television signal, did they simply turn it off and disappear forever? If you've got a theory, the comments are open, and if you're subscribed, you'll be here when someone finally proves it.